everybody know my son King. He's a passionate young man,
You're
and
very passionate.
yeah, and he has some tumultuous times. But but the Lord ain't through with him yet.
That's right.
Ain't the world say about me is a lie. I don't give a damn. I don't really care too much. Shit didn't affect me. That just made your source. That just made your information that you talk about.
There was a lady commenting on this because she had seen a video on YouTube where someone said that Messiah was gay, and T.I. wanted to hide that from the show because it was a bad look, because it ended up with some photos being leaked and stuff like that.
There's a shocking 30-second clip making the rounds that allegedly shows T.I.'s son, King, in an intimate moment with another man, and it didn't just randomly pop up online. Insiders are whispering that the clip was directly sent to both T.I. and Tiny in a group message, which is wild because it wasn't dropped by a stranger or some hacker. Word is, it came from someone much closer to the family, someone who knew exactly what they were doing. The video has now been wiped clean from every major platform, but it's still bouncing around in group chats and private DMs like wildfire, and folks are saying it could completely shake up the Harris family's entire legacy. Instead of jumping to protect his son, T.I. allegedly made a move that has everybody in the streets talking. They say he went straight into cover-up mode, trying to bury the whole situation, and now, behind closed doors, it's pure chaos. Tiny is allegedly begging King to stand strong and own his truth, while T.I. is allegedly threatening anyone who dares to speak on it. But at this point, it's way too late. The tape is already in the hands of the right or wrong people, and everything T.I. worked so hard to protect is slowly slipping through his fingers. The second that tape hit his phone, sources claim T.I. completely lost it. He allegedly panicked and within just hours had a full squad assembled. Legal counsel, 2 private investigators, and a top-tier publicist all on standby, and they weren't there to check on King's well-being. Insiders are saying they were brought in for one purpose only, to bury that tape deep. People close to the Harris family are calling it one of the most frantic moves T.I. has ever made, and the streets are buzzing louder than ever. Insiders say T.I. had a name in his hands within hours, and he wasn't looking for explanations, he wanted payback. Reports claim his first move was to track down exactly who leaked that tape, and that's when things allegedly took a much darker turn. Sources say T.I. wasn't just after answers, he wanted someone to be held accountable, and the streets are whispering that King's alleged secret partner, the man seen in the clip, was picked up by police less than 48 hours after the tape exploded online. He wasn't arrested for the video itself though. The charges, revenge porn, invasion of privacy, and blackmail, charges that, when you really think about it, sound almost too perfectly timed. But wait, it gets deeper. The buzz is that this arrest wasn't about punishing the man at all. It was allegedly about sending a very loud warning. Sources are claiming T.I. wanted everyone to know that if anybody else tried to speak out or leak anything further, they'd face the same fate. And now multiple people close to the situation are alleging there's not just one tape floating around, there could be several. Even scarier, the same man supposedly threatened to release every single one unless he got paid off. Ty allegedly didn't even flinch. He didn't negotiate, didn't ask questions. He went straight into boss mode and called his entire legal and crisis team back into action. But here's the real twist. People close to the family are saying King himself wasn't the one who ran to his dad for help. He reportedly found out about the video after his parents already knew. And by the time he was pulled into the conversation, the situation had already spiraled into a full-on legal war zone. Meanwhile, T.I.'s mindset was locked on one thing: containment. Sources say in his eyes, this wasn't just about his son, it was about protecting the empire. We're talking the endorsements, the TV shows, the podcast, everything he's built. And the real fear wasn't what had already leaked, it was the threat of what could drop next. If that first tape was real, who else had copies, and just how explosive could the rest of them be? While T.I. was locked in full-on cleanup mode, Tiny was allegedly in straight-up crisis mom mode. She wasn't thinking about public image, the brand, or the family empire. She was worried worried about King. Sources say Tiny was furious when she realized that the tape was already being handled behind closed doors before King was even brought into the loop. But T.I. wasn't budging. In his mind, going public would only hand more power to the blogs, the haters, and the hip-hop insiders who were already hungry to tear this story apart. To Tiny, though, keeping King in the dark was even worse, and that's exactly where the cracks in their marriage allegedly started to show. For years, fans have noticed how differently T.I. and Tiny parent their kids, especially King. T.I. has always been the one with the tough love, the harsh discipline out in the open, while Tiny plays the softer, more emotional role. Some people have even said this dynamic has rubbed folks the wrong way before, but this time, it's blowing up big. Insiders say the argument over how to handle that leaked tape turned into one of the nastiest fights the couple has ever had behind closed doors. And sadly, it's King who's allegedly caught in the middle, feeling the weight of both sides. Tiny reportedly wanted to put out a public statement immediately, but T.I. allegedly blocked it. Tiny then pushed for King to hop on Instagram Live and explain things in his own words, but again, T.I. allegedly shut her down, warning her not to make this bigger than it already is. And here's where it really starts to unravel. People are now wondering if this whole situation exposes a bigger truth. Has King always felt like he was part of the Harris family, but somehow not fully in it? That lingering question is only adding more fuel to the fire, tearing this family apart right now. There's a real reason people have always felt King seemed a little off-brand in the Harris family. Because behind the glitz, the flashy family dinners, and those perfectly edited scenes on Family Hustle, King was allegedly living a completely different life. He wasn't growing up in that massive Atlanta mansion, waking up to marble countertops and film crews every morning like fans thought. King himself has admitted in a past clip that he was raised full-time by his grandmother, his beloved Nana.
I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when them cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
And only got picked up when T.I. and Tiny needed him for filming. Can you imagine? This revelation completely flipped the way the public saw King's behavior. For years, people painted him as a spoiled rich kid, lashing out for no reason. But what if he wasn't spoiled at all? What if he was just navigating a reality totally different from the one the world thought he had? And here's where the plot twist hits even harder. King wasn't the only one living like this. Tiny's daughter Zonique has shared something similar, revealing that she too spent most of her time with her own grandmother, while Tiny and T.I. managed the spotlight and the business from a distance. Suddenly, the picture-perfect family unity everyone thought they were seeing on TV was being called out as allegedly fake. Now people are questioning everything. Was the Harris family we thought we knew just a TV production all along? Was the brand stronger than the bond behind closed doors? These questions are shaking up how fans see the family dynamic, and the answers aren't looking pretty at all. So is it really a shock that King never felt comfortable enough to open up to his parents? When your entire life feels staged, when you're treated like you're only valuable as part of a storyline, what happens the moment you become the scandal? And let's not forget, in one of the most viral Instagram lives of the entire year, King and T.I. went head-to-head in front of thousands of viewers.
Have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. So there it goes.
Or in your
ear. I don't know what you're talking about.
I had some in the neighborhood with me that broke up with roach in your ear. Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Y'all want to go to the...
This wasn't about music or clout. This was about something far deeper, identity and truth. It all started with T.I. doing the classic father flex, insisting King was raised with a silver spoon in his mouth. But King wasn't having it. What was meant to humble him backfired horribly because King fired back hard, basically calling the entire narrative cap. He flat out exposed that whenever things got rough, he had to go stay with his grandma, not his parents. King didn't hold back. He made it clear that in his eyes, his parents weren't the ones keeping him safe. They were the ones focused on keeping up appearances. And insiders say that once that Instagram Live ended, the situation exploded offline. Some sources claim T.I. physically tried to restrain King. Whether to calm him down or shut him up is unclear. But either way, the tension was off the charts. Then came King's now deleted Instagram stories where he doubled down, "I stand on business. Don't give aside who you are. I don't care who you are. You can't play with me in my face. I'm not going for it. I'm a grown man. Now, if I'm a mistake, say that. Stop making the world think you mess with me when you don't." The energy? It wasn't father and son. It was war. And now here's the real question. If you spent your whole life projecting the image of the perfect dad, what happens when your own son blows up that illusion in front of the world? Just when you thought this family feud couldn't get any messier, Big Nana, the one person who really raised King, steps into the spotlight next. King and Big Nana started dating around late 2023, and from the jump, the internet was buzzing with confusion. She was older, louder, and already had a strong online following, which instantly had people talking. And you already know T.I. allegedly hated it. Word is he thought she was just using King for clout and wanted nothing to do with her. But fast forward a few months and boom, a pregnancy announcement drops. Suddenly, King is about to be a dad, and the internet is eating it up like it's reality TV.
Don't say, you got a baby. I'm a good baby daddy. I ain't got no baby mama problems. My baby mama is one of the most player baby mamas, you know what I'm saying, known to mankind.
But behind closed doors, the vibes were totally different because T.I. never trusted Big Nana for a second. When the now infamous tape leaked, yes, the same tape that allegedly showed King with another man, guess who still had a copy? None other than Big Nana herself. Sources say she received the tape the exact same day T.I. did, but unlike him, she never handed it over. Instead, she allegedly kept it and flat out refused to delete it. Some insiders are whispering that she even threatened to leak it if T.I. kept trying to label her a gold digger, while others believe she's just holding on to it for protection, making sure T.I. can't push her out of the Harris family narrative. Either way, Big Nana has now become the single most powerful person in the Harris orbit. She's got the baby, she's got the tape, and allegedly, she's holding all the cards. And if that wasn't already wild enough, let's not forget, King himself admitted he's been cheating on his baby mama, and here's the kicker, she's completely fine with it. What kind of hold does King have, or is this just another layer of chaos in a family scandal that keeps getting messier by the day? But here's the real twist, King never actually revealed who he was cheating with, and low-key, some people are now whispering that it might have been a man this whole time. Could that be the reason his relationship with Big Nana still works so smoothly? She gets the spotlight and the lifestyle she wants, and he gets to keep living his rumored secret life behind the scenes without anyone pressing him too hard. And that's when it all starts to click. King has been out here treating cheating like it's something to brag about, like it's part of his image. But this energy, it feels way too familiar. And that's because long before King Harris became the center of the family's wildest scandal yet, there was Messiah, T.I.'s firstborn son, the quiet one, the one who always seemed to stay away from the drama, or so everyone thought. Let's rewind for a second. Messiah Harris, now in his early 20s, was one of the original cast members on Family Hustle. Back then, he played his part perfectly. Respectful, calm, and musically talented. He was everything King wasn't. While King was stealing every scene with his unpredictable antics and explosive one-liners, Messiah was the balance, the calm in the chaos. He didn't seek the spotlight, didn't stir the pot, and fans saw him as the model son of the Harris clan. But what if there's way more to Messiah's story than anyone realized? Could the same cracks that are now exploding in King's life have been there for Messiah all along, just better hidden? Messiah never made waves, and then out of nowhere, he just vanished. At first, fans didn't think too much about it, but soon the whispers started. Rumors began swirling about a possible same-sex relationship, and then a few blurry photos surfaced online. Messiah hugged up with another guy. Sure, it could have been just a friend, but the blogs didn't hesitate for a second. They ran with the story and amplified it everywhere. Insiders close to the family alleged that T.I. wasn't happy at all about what was happening. He was reportedly uncomfortable with the rumors and even more uncomfortable with the idea of Messiah becoming a talking point in the gay rumor mill. So what did he do? According to sources, he pulled the plug. Messiah was slowly and quietly phased out of the show, the brand, and the spotlight completely. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be the first time T.I. was accused of trying to control the narrative around his family, but this is the part that really stings. Even after all of this, Messiah never called them out or exposed what happened behind the scenes. He just disappeared without a word. But here's the kicker. Removing Messiah from the spotlight didn't stop the whispers. If anything, it made people dig even deeper into the Harris family's private business. And now, zooming out, it's starting to look like what's happening inside the Harris household isn't just about one scandal. It's about a long-running pattern that's finally coming to light. This isn't just about the Harris family anymore. It's part of a much bigger pattern that runs deep in Atlanta, especially in the hip-hop scene. Let's talk about one of the city's worst-kept secrets, the down low culture. In this world, masculinity isn't just an identity, it's survival. And in the rap industry, it's non-negotiable. Artists are expected to look, act, and move a certain way at all times. Any slip-up, any deviation can mean instant career suicide. That's why so many artists end up living double lives. Publicly, they play the role of the straight rapper, but privately, not always. There are entire whisper networks in the industry, secret text groups, NDA-protected parties where insiders know exactly who's who, but nobody dares drop names because outing someone could completely end their career and their reputation overnight. And this is exactly why King's tape wasn't just a messy scandal, it was a full-blown threat. If it got out that the son of a rapper, born and raised in Atlanta, and the child of one of the most man's man fathers in the entire game, was allegedly part of this DL scene, it wouldn't just hurt King, it would shatter the entire illusion that T.I. has spent years building. I allegedly knew that from day one, which is why insiders claim he went into overdrive to bury the tape. But here's the thing, the way he handled it has fans buzzing louder than ever. Many believe he didn't just protect the brand, he might have made things even worse by moving in such a heavy-handed way. One viewer dropped a comment that's got everyone nodding along. T.I., a rapper dude, he have to stop his own kids. He went his mouth. He has misbehaved himself like that, and I'm so tired of this. He better stop talking trash about his own kids. That hurt their feelings way. He have to grow up and be nice and be respectful. Those kids, what they need for leave them alone, that the bottom line, period. And honestly, they're not lying. But this whole thing just took another wild turn because apparently that leaked clip wasn't a one-off at all. Multiple insiders are now saying there's allegedly more footage out there, and if the rumors are even halfway true, that first tape was only the preview. According to sources close to the situation, King's former DL partner didn't just drop that first video out of spite, he allegedly did it as a warning shot. And now, this same man is rumored to be demanding hush money, threatening to drop everything if he doesn't get paid. And here's the part that's really terrifying for the Harris family. Insiders claim there's another tape we haven't seen yet, a tape where King allegedly speaks in detail about the Harris family's deepest secrets, things that were never supposed to leave that house. T.I.'s empire is now hanging by the thinnest thread imaginable. Everything he's built, the brand, the endorsements, the family image, it's all leaking out, and the one person he thought he had completely under control might just be the one to bring it all crashing down. This story is only getting messier, so make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next explosive update. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Whose side are you even on at this point? We'll be back with more tea, and trust me, you don't want to miss the next one. See you on the next one.